Life looks very different these days in ways that I never imagined. But we are here, and this journey is one that I am excited for. I feel as though this is season 2 of my life, and it's entitled Becoming Crystal Nicole. So, welcome. And the main star of this show knows this time around that she is so deserving of the love she gives so freely. One of the main things I have changed along this new single journey of my life is the way I appreciate every single day, and especially the small practices I've implemented throughout my days to show appreciation for myself. And even more so to value myself. And one of the ways I've learned to do that is to pay attention and nurture the simpler things that can make a big impact down the line. One of the ways I did that was getting a purified water filter. This is the Qure Q-urify water filter. It literally purifies and filters out my water while also removing irritants like calcium, magnesium, and chlorine, all while improving my skin's barrier. So throughout my transition, there is one addition that I did make to my life, and that is Benji. You all didn't know this, but I got Benji in the toughest part of my life because I hoped he would bring me a little piece of joy on a daily basis. And while I will say in the beginning it took a while to get adjusted to him and to actually get along, but now I can most definitely say he is my little pocket of happiness and sunshine. I just love him. He literally improves my mental health. And speaking of my mental health, one of my daily deposits that I love to make is going to the gym. And this has single-handedly improved my mental health, of course, along with therapy. But as far as actual actions, this is the one place that I know I will get 100% return on my investment. And that investment is me. I know that the amount of work I put in, I will start to see it eventually, but I feel it immediately. When I leave from the gym, it is as though I have relieved so much stress off myself, and I just feel lighter, I feel better, I feel more equipped, and that is exactly the type of return of investments that I am looking for, and it's free. And of course, by being a single person again, these are all actions that I am doing to please Crystal, and that is also why I value it so highly, because I know that it's a piece of the puzzle of self-validation and self-love. And my next daily deposit, as I call it, of self-love is paying attention to what I put in my body. I have become so much more cautious of this, and that goes into eating better foods as well as taking my vitamins and understanding how important it is to take care of myself in the inside. We only get one body, so the way you take care of it reflects how much respect you have for yourself. The next area where I have seen so much return on my investment is journaling. Journaling has allowed me to clear my headspace, and with the 5-minute journal, it helps to guide me on a daily basis with intention. Sometimes I'm not quite sure what I want to write about, so being able to have prompts that also allow me to set goals for my day allows me to go throughout my day with a plan, and it allows me to write a daily affirmation to myself and something that gives me that boost of confidence that I am on the right path here. And the biggest take that I've gotten out of this new routine of mine is that I am so deserving of the love that I give so freely. And I forgive myself of the mistakes I made in the past. And that is how I start anew, with the intention of wanting to do my best without having a cloud over my head of the decisions that I made in my life in the past that ended up not working out in my favor. God has forgiven me, and that's all I need in this new phase of my life. Every day looks different for me, and that is because in this new routine and life of mine, although I'm still patching up my wounds, I am still growing. I'm evolving. I'm becoming a new person. I'm cleansing myself of my old habits, and that in itself is refreshing. And with that being said, the next tip that allows me to move forward in this season of mine is by romanticizing the small areas of my life. And in that same note, I've realized I want my home to reflect that same motto. I want it to look and feel as if it's a safe space for me. Because one thing I've realized is I now have the freedom to create the life that I want. And speaking of which, of course, skincare will always be included in that conversation. One practice I've implemented is the Qure Skin Micro-Infusion system. It allows you to not have to go to the med spas, but instead you can give yourself an at-home spa-like facial, and it also helps to smooth out your texture and is such a painless tool with maximum benefits. And this is so luxurious because besides it allowing you to go from dull to dewy in a matter of 5 minutes while being at home, it stamps your skin with 24-karat gold needles. Talk about luxury. And don't worry, the needles are literally thinner than the average human hair. And this is what I mean when I say I'm unlocking different levels of my life, I feel like, because 5 years ago, you couldn't tell CurlieCrys that she was having a self-care night like this. But Crystal Nicole dreams of this type of routine. She lives for this type of treatment. And that in itself just shows the evolution of me. And in that same note, one famous saying is you can always tell the age of someone by looking at their neck. So the neck and décolleté LED light is just what I need on my relaxing nights. So of course I'm setting the vibe by turning on my fireplace and romanticizing the nights that I have. No matter what the day of the week is or in what capacity, I try to always romanticize my nights, whether I'm putting on some music while I cook or I'm doing a LED mask while I watch some TV. It's all part of the enjoyment for me. And this tool helps to boost firmness while also helping with fine lines and wrinkles. So of course I am all up for that because I don't need you knowing how old I am just from looking at my neck, okay? That should still be a mystery. So these are the nights that I truly do enjoy when I'm able to pour into myself and actually live in the moment of bliss and appreciation and gratitude. That is so essential for me these days because trust me, a year, 2 years ago, you couldn't tell me that I would be where I am. And the importance of these nights that I want to convey to you all is when you're on the self-love journey, you have to realize that you're in that position because typically you've poured so much into other people to where your cup is now empty. You have to fill up your own cup, and that is your obligation and your obligation only to do so. So these days, I make sure that I pour into Crystal's cup. Crystal's cup does not go empty anymore. Those days are gone. She is a priority, and I make sure she feels as though she is a priority. She is the main character, okay? So when it comes to unwinding for the night, one area that I'm so grateful for is my bedroom. You guys saw when I did decorate this entire room, and when I tell you every single night I feel like I'm walking into a hotel. It's just so zen and peaceful. So it really does allow me to go to sleep with a peace of mind, because one thing I've realized is that I'm living in the moment I once prayed for, and that's something I'm not gonna take for granted. So in conclusion, although life looks very different for me now, one thing I can say is that I am eternally grateful.